because you know why these managers. Well, let me tell you a real quick story. Fall of 2008, October, November, December 2008, I can't remember the month for sure, I met with a worker in Toledo. He was afraid his plant was going to close. His plant sold into the auto supply chain. He said to me, if my plant closes, how am I going to support my family? How am I going to pay my mortgage? How's my daughter going to be able to continue at community college at Owens in Toledo? And we knew we had to go to work. President Obama, in January